This is A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat.
Hey y'all!
The fact that I just muted myself instead of unmuted myself. Hey y'all, welcome back to season 4, episode 10 of A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast, the place where you get to become an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat. Eric, you are. What were you just doing? You were distracting me.
Yeah,
That's what you were doing. Distracting. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Welcome, everyone. What's up? My name is Kiki. We have Eric and Tracy J in the room. This is actually our season finale. Season 4 and season finale of the Challenge USA. So we're here.
Lord, and I'm so glad it's over.
Listen.
I'm so glad it's over.
Uh-huh.
I'll make a song out of it.
Yeah. And I was about to join you. I didn't know.
See, I was gonna do what we were supposed to do last time, was do the theme song to Moesha. Remember, we was gonna do the theme song to that from last.
Oh yeah, right.
Starting, it's me. Yeah.
Responsibility.
It's me. My best friend always on my mind.
Yeah.
If you want to get down, I gotta do what I gotta do.
I gotta move. Moesha.
They should let us do the theme song to the next season of something, because it's gonna hit.
What, the Moesha theme song?
To something, I don't know.
Right. Speaking of Moesha, you saw how Brandy is the face of Stella Rosa. Brandy
they're coming out with a little liquor.
She got her own liquor, child. I said,
baby, I can't wait to try a sip a cup of that.
Come on here, liquor.
I need to make an unalcoholic version.
Non-alcoholic version. You ain't gonna get a bottle of Stella Rosa. Is that what it's called? Stella Rosa?
Stella Rosa.
Yeah.
I do like that wine.
It's good.
So, you ain't never had it?
I've never had it.
Baby, it be hitting shelves in Texas. The black is the best. Okay. Blueberry is second. The rest are mid.
Really?
Yes.
Listen, if I go to the liquor store, I better see a billboard of Brandy next to the darn Brandy. You hear me?
Look, yeah, I ain't tried the liquor yet. I've been under the weather.
How funny is it that her name is Brandy and Brandy is like a type of alcohol?
Why I didn't correlate that till you just said that? I said, oh.
But funny thing, like when she was on the game, her name was Chardonnay, which is wine.
Oh, that's right.
Come on, speaking into fruition.
Not they did that a play off of Brandy and then just did Chardonnay for her name.
Smart. That's smart.
That's hilarious.
But good for Brandy. She deserves it.
Yes.
And speaking of Black queens and just being amazing, we have Quinta and Cheryl Lee winning the those Emmys.
Congratulations.
And then,
to Black excellence.
Because it was long overdue for Cheryl, for sure.
Yes, please, y'all, watch Abbott Elementary because it is hilarious. Yes. I'm literally, the new season actually starts pretty soon. I'm going to get a date for y'all next time we come in because I won't ready because I be forgetting stuff. But the new season is coming up. And when I tell you the show is hilarious, I'm about to rewatch it. And there's not a lot of things I rewatch. And I'm about to rewatch the whole season to get ready for season number 2. So shout out to the show. Yes, it was hilarious.
And
I loved it.
Secondly, the Woman King with our girl, I call her Annalise, but it's Viola Davis.
She will forever be Annalise.
Always Annalise. It was
Anime.
Have y'all seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Have you seen it?
Y'all, I went seen this weekend. I took myself to go watch it, and I did. It was.
What do you rate it?
Definitely, I would say a 9 out of 10. If I'm going to. I'll get 8.5 out of 10, but definitely 9 out of 10 because
Do you know the controversy that's going on with this movie?
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
No, because I didn't see nothing wrong with the movie. So tell me.
People were saying that it was whitewashing Black history, essentially. And some other people were saying, "Oh, don't boycott the movie, don't watch the movie." And I don't really understand why. Treese, do you have a better understanding?
So, I actually found out about this. I'm gonna share the page with y'all next time I go on Facebook. But there's a Facebook group that I'm in, and it's called like Netflix for Black people. So we give us our Black entertainment suggestions and. I saw it on here first, then I went on TikTok and I saw it, so I'm kind of seeing it everywhere. But there was a little boycott of Woman is King because apparently the history isn't factual. Apparently the history is of this tribe that they themselves sold slaves to the white people back in the day. So they're like, y'all just as bad as, the white people in this movie that y'all fighting, or whatever the whole premise of the movie is. And so that's pretty much why everybody was boycotting it. But at the end of the day, like, it's a black led film, and yeah, let's be real, dollars is going into white men's pockets. But at the end of the day, our sis Annalise is getting her check, and there is a lot of black people on that cast, and I'm gonna support it. And I mean,
choose me.
Go ahead, Eric.
Having watched the movie, here's my perspective. Because I don't know about history and how factual the historical portion is.
Right.
However, so the tribe in which Viola Davis with her woman army they were a part of, they were underneath this whole other empire. So they were just a portion of this bigger empire who was trading with the white men. They were trading their they would capture people, their prisoners of war, and trading them for guns and others, herbs and spices and stuff like that, right? And then it got to a point when Viola's like the women, she was over the women, the warrior thing. She like kind of had the ear of the king and whatnot because she was just his trusted advisor, and she was basically like, I don't think we need to do this anymore. We need to quit selling our prisoners to the white men. We're no better than them. And and then her king was like, this will be the last year we do this because we need to come up with some other alternatives. And so they were making palm oils and other things that they could make revenue from. And so
what it sounds like to me, sorry to interrupt you, Eric, but what it sounds like to me is that there was some history about this film where it made black people, African Americans, or not even African Americans, they were Africans. Africans look bad in the forefront, and for entertainment purposes, they made black people look better, look good. I'm for that.
So here's the thing. That was true. I'm going to be honest. Yes, there were tribes and things over there in Africa that did sell black.
That's history. We know that.
They were selling their tribe, their prisoners of war. However, they didn't know what they were sending them over here to. They thought was indentured servitude, which is what they were doing. When they captured prisoners of war, they were indentured servants, meaning they were working till they became free. And that's the way it was given to them. And so when they sold their people to the white men over across the seas, that's what they thought. They didn't know what they were going over there to, because they weren't leaving. They were just selling them over thinking it's the same thing that they were getting over here. And it just wasn't, obviously, that we seen. And then once they caught on to it, they were basically like, we're not going to do this. We're not going to keep giving our people to you in exchange for all of these goods. It's just not, it doesn't sit right with us, and we're no better than you. And so they fought and made a difference without me telling the movie. So.
Okay, we want to go see that pretty much.
At the end of the day, I'm going to go see it. Yeah, and hopefully, maybe next time, Treese, we'll both be able to report back and see.
Yeah, hopefully I can go see it this weekend. That's my goal.
Yeah,
if I can get out in these streets. But one other movie that I wanted to bring up, I meant to talk about it last week and I forgot, but they finally showed us a small little snippet of The Little Mermaid.
Wish I could be.
Come on.
Part of that world.
Come on now. And I am so excited about this film. The white people are mad. And I'm here to tell you, y'all can stay mad. Let me say, not all the white people. All the racist white people are mad. These people are having a field day because the Little Mermaid is now black. And they were, I don't even know if y'all have seen these posts. There have been so many posts coming out saying, what if we redid Martin Luther King? What if we made a film and made Martin Luther King white? Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's put a white Martin Luther King on a balcony, shoot him, take him to the hospital, say you're going to fix him and smother him with a pillow. Oh, y'all forgot about that part of history, huh?
Hello.
Oh, Oh, he didn't die from that gunshot. Bitch, I didn't know that, huh?
Speak on it.
Shoot.
Speak on
Somebody even said it was a dude. I'm gonna send y'all the video on TikTok. And it was a dude. He was talking about we're gonna be remaking this. Exactly something like we're gonna be remaking all these movies. What would y'all say if we redid Roots?
Well,
I would like to see that.
Yeah.
I would like to see
y'all as slaves.
I would like to see you get your ass whooped. I would be okay with that.
We
I don't
were
like
living
y'all
good
just
through
be-
Django. Django
Y'all
had
just
a
be saying stuff to say stuff, child. You know what?
I mean, even the memes,
Whatever.
y'all, have been ridiculous. Like people have been in
They have been
blackface.
terrible.
People have been putting Newports.
Or Newport,
And-
the Newport.
Yeah, Newports on the. It's
With
like
the
come
hair
on.
all cracked out like Cynthia Doll from
Yes.
Rugrats.
It's ridiculous. But
And I
Go ahead,
feel
Keita.
for our girl Hallie though, because I feel for her in the sense of this is like her first like major film. Yes, she's been in movies before, like Tyler Perry films and all that kind of stuff. But now here she is on the main screen, big screen, main character, and this is her moment, and people are like shooting it down. It's just not right. There were like millions of thumbs down on the trailer on YouTube. So
Yeah,
I'm
Over
saying to
a
our
fictional
audience,
character.
we need to support. We need to be very supportive.
baby,
Support our
I'm gonna
girl,
have me
Hallie.
my Little Mermaid shoes. I'm
Come
gonna
on,
have me a
somebody.
mermaid skirt. I'm gonna have
Yes.
me. I'm gonna find me some little red dreadlocks.
Look.
Like even like on a positive note, it's been so many videos that have like, and it has really brought me. And not a lot made me cry, y'all, because I'm not as soft as a lot of people, but because I'm a G. But I ain't gonna lie, some of these videos had me like tearing up, like these people showing their daughters like the trailer for the first time, and it's been so many reactions and a lot of reactions like she's brown, she's black,
Looks like me.
she look like me.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, that just warms my heart. And like, I am so excited to see this film. I think Hallie's gonna do great in this film. The vocals alone is just
Yes.
I do want to say like everybody is upset that Hallie is black. Are we gonna talk about Ursula being purple? Because
Ursula in the film is gonna be purple.
she's supposed to be purple, but she's not purple in real life. So I got a problem with that.
Hilarious.
Like,
What's her name that's playing her?
I don't know who the rest of the cast is.
She was in
I don't either.
Bridesmaids.
Oh,
Melissa McCartney.
Wait a minute, she's playing Ursula?
She is playing. Honestly, y'all,
she gonna be
I think
good.
she's gonna be a great Ursula, and she is hilarious to me.
She's very funny.
But why ain't nobody said she ain't purple? She not purple in real life.
Right.
My two Ursulas was either her or Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah did great. You know, I did see they did that little live action. Baby Queen ate that roll up. You hear me? She ate it up. So I think this is gonna be a great cast, and I'm so excited to see y'all. Please go and see it. And I'm talking about opening night, and then the second night and the third night, and just keep that thing in the box office. I want this to be the biggest box office since COVID.
Listen, I want it to be about, you know, how we all went out and supported.
Yep, just like we did Black Panther.
We better be out here supporting the Little Mermaid. Don't let these people win and the haters win. Bump that. But let me say this real quick before we move on. There's this meme. So, you know, they had all the black girls, you know, with their reaction videos. There was a video and it was a white family, and the little white girl at the end, she looks over her mom and said, "Was that Whitney Houston?" First of all,
baby. First of all, I'm sorry, that little girl is yeah. She was looking crazy.
Like,
I said, girl,
is it because Whitney Houston was on the Cinderella? Was it because
girl, I don't know. Probably the only black singer she know.
I'm still trying
but
to
at least at least my little white sis recognized a voice when she heard it.
Look,
you hear me? Because Whitney is one of the greats.
The Voice. That was her name, The Voice.
So shout out to little Emily. Shout out to her.
Not little Emily.
We don't know that baby name.
I don't know. She looked like an Emily.
Oh my god.
Was that Whitney? Now was that Whitney Houston?
That's exactly what she said.
And everything.
Was that Whitney Houston?
She busting it out. You shut me down if I'm lying. That wasn't Whitney Houston.
not she Jasmine.
That's what it was.
Oh,
that's funny.
All right, y'all. Thank you
All
for
right, we
tuning
gonna
in
ramble
to
all
our
night.
television slash movie slash film update.
Our tea with
You,
TV.
the tea with TV, tea for whatever it was with
The
Tracy
tea
J.
with TV with Tracy
Yeah.
J.
But we're just going to have to pass the mic to you, Eric, to get us up to speed and to close us out for our season
Yeah.
4 of our pod and the season finale of the Challenge USA. So I'm going to go ahead and pass the
Yeah,
mic.
son.
Thank you.
Pass the mic. Hey, pass the
We're
mic.
gonna have to
We
get
ain't
back
did
to
that in a minute. I'm like, man, we ain't did that in a minute.
I know. We got to get back to it. We got to go
Go
back to
ahead.
the old ways. Get back to our first
Come
love.
on, not the OGs.
Okay.
Come on, somebody.
So yeah, this was the finale of CBS The Challenge USA, and I am so glad that it has come to an end. You know, we've been
over.
It's over. It's over now.
Sing, Eric.
It's over now. Okay.
I feel like I can make it.
The show is over now.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on here, choir.
That's my song, bro.
I love that song. I love
No
it.
more cloudy. Oh Lord, that's my song.
They're
bro.
all gone away. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I missed the first 15 minutes of this finale because I was on the road. But I did catch the part when they started the challenge. They had to go through the water, climb up the rope, and get over, and they had to start getting these tires and collecting these tires for the challenge because we still have a women's elimination to get through. So this was a 2-hour finale. So the first half was the women's elimination. So the comp is, like I said, they're getting these tires, and each tire, a different color, has a different number mark. But they had these different little things they can do, like solve a puzzle for the bigger pointed tires. And so Tyson and Angela, they decide that they're going to go for the puzzle do the slide puzzle so they could get the 20-point tire. And so they working on it. Everybody else is just hustling back and forth, out of breath, trying to get these tires and putting theirs on. Tyson finally gets his.
That was a struggle. I was trying to fast forward, and I was like, dang, this live TV, ain't it? I was trying to fast forward, man. I'm like, come on, Angela.
Listen, and she was sitting up there, couldn't get that thing for nothing in the
Struggle
world.
bus.
And she just sat there for most of the show. For half the show, she was still doing this. And everybody else then picked up all the tires. And Tyson was like, oh, just keep going. You'll get it eventually. You got to get it. And then it came to a point where, sis, you ain't got no choice but to get it. Because everybody didn't pass you. They so far along. And so she finally gets it. But all the tires are gone. The other tires are gone. She's like, I'm over here and there's nothing left. And so TJ calls time. Well, before he calls time, it pans over to Ben. He's like in the dark tunnel because it was dark, by the way, too. This was at nighttime. And so he hits a wall, hit his shoulder, and it like kind of, I don't know if it got dislocated or what, but it jacked his shoulder up. And so they made sure to put some emphasis on that because it'll play a role in the finale. And so TJ calls, he's like, the winner of this, the men's, is a tie. Tyson and Dominic, I'm leaving it to both of y'all. Both of y'all gonna be the winners for the men. The women, Sarah, you won. And so the woman with the lowest score going in is Angela with 24 points. And so Angela's in elimination with Tyson, Dominic, and Sarah in control of who is getting thrown down there with her. Worst case scenario for her is obviously if Alyssa gets thrown in, right. But she's feeling comfortable with Tyson and Dominic being up there because, you know, they have their little alliance that she created. And so she's feeling comfortable. And when they had the conversation on the couch, basically she was like, Alyssa's not an option for me. Like, don't even pretty much ask me about no Alyssa. I don't want Alyssa to go in. And then she was like, I want Kayla. And Tyson was like, yeah, let's do Kayla because Kayla sucked. She wasn't good in the swim portion. And then Sarah was like, I don't want to do Kayla. I want to do Alyssa. And Dominic was just kind of stuck in the middle. And so Angela pretty much, she got up and left in the middle of the conversation. Well, I'm done talking. I don't have nothing less to say to y'all. I was like, oh, not you on, you got to you on the chopping block and
right.
you
You on
ain't
your way
trying
out. You got one foot out the door.
and you just say, forget it. I'm not gonna talk to y'all. Okay. And so pretty much it was a fight because Tyson was like, I want Kayla. Sarah wanted Alyssa. And Dominic was basically, I don't know what I want to do. I could do what Tyson is saying, do this, stick to the lines, because Angelina did keep me safe. Or I can make some moves of my own, X, Y, and Z. So him and Sarah are talking. And basically she convinces him to do Alyssa because she's like, why are we doing what Tyson wants to do? This is what his move. This is what's best for him. And Dominic is kind of eating it all up. And he's just like, yeah, I'm tired of Tyson running the show. He's been running things. So when it came down to it, make a long story short, they threw Alyssa behind in there against Angela. And they were like, this is not what I wanted to do. This is my best friend. And I didn't want to do it. And so they go, and the elimination is pole wrestle. And so it was like, okay, this is going to be interesting to see. They both pretty much around the same size. They both, I guess, they're better competitors out of the groups of the girls based on how much money they got. But Angela makes quick work of her. She basically said, I'm just going to make this quick and easy. I don't want to do this too long. And she basically yanked her up and down.
Give me that pole.
Twice.
Baby, she snatched the pole like they were some headphones.
I mean, like tissue paper. It was nothing for her to just snatch that pole out of her
hand. It was kind of easy.
And everybody was like, this was the quickest elimination we've had all season.
Child.
And then Angela's over here crying because Alyssa gone. And Danny, here go Danny. The ice queen and melted. Because I ain't seen her shed no tears or nothing all season.
But you know what? That's funny. Like, I would be like, sorry you gone. But baby, that's one step close to a check. Sorry, you gotta go. It'd be blowing my mind when these people be balling when these people leave. Like, I know I don't have a lot of emotions, but like, especially when it comes to a check, my emotions go.
Listen, if me and Kiki got eliminated, Alyssa, you better cry for us, right, Kiki?
You better shed a something.
A thug tear.
I'll give y'all a steak.
Give us a thug tear. Especially if you the one that took us out, at least.
Well, I appreciate you for being the stepping stone to my check.
Oh no!
I appreciate you,
Auntie Clifford. All right, Auntie Clifford.
Listen,
you said let this stage be your stepping stone, not a tombstone.
Listen, shoot, I'm gonna use my opportunities to get on up. You hear me?
Right. Do you know? Man. So I know how with Big Brother, the longer they stay in the game, the more they get paid. Is that how it works? Do they get a per diem and stuff when it comes to the challenge?
I wonder.
It would make sense if they at least got a per diem and something.
You asking me something I don't know.
Child.
Because I would assume that they pay for everything when they go out. Because unlike Big Brother and stuff,
I do know they get a little stipend, but I wonder how much.
Because they be going out every night, so I wonder if the show pays for them their drinks and food and stuff.
I thought they were set that up on set.
They probably got a little allowance.
Oh, the drinks and stuff is on set.
Yeah, I thought that was like a makeshift bar. Then
what they be getting on the bus for?
No, they be going out. They go out like
they get on the bus.
The town.
Oh,
like they do be drinking in the house and stuff, but sometimes like maybe like once or twice a week or something, they let them go to like a local club or something.
Oh, I
feel like they have to pay for that themselves. I feel like,
but with what? Because they let them bring their credit card and stuff.
They better have their own money. Yeah, it's probably. I would imagine they got access to some type of money. I guess
take the tab.
I would imagine they have a limit. Like, okay, $100 per person, $50 per person y'all can spend tonight or something like that.
Y'all done brought me all the way to this other country and y'all ain't gonna pay for it?
Yeah, I think especially since they don't do it often, I would imagine that CBS does cut the bill for that because they don't do it like every week. So
they got to, because ain't know who's doing the shopping, the grocery shopping and cooking at the stuff for the house. They gotta do something.
Yeah, they got somebody bringing that stuff in.
Yeah, I thought they were getting takeout. Well, maybe it wasn't this season because they used to get like takeout, like big containers of like the big silver pans of like food and stuff.
Yeah, they do get some stuff catered from time to time.
Yeah, so
I know I know they do in the like challenge, but
yeah,
I don't know how they categorize this one since it's a new challenge on CBS.
Yeah,
but
sorry, Eric.
No, you're fine. We love a commercial break. And so that was the ending for the women's elimination. Everybody else made the final. So we have Angela, Danny, Sarah, Ben, Enzo, Desi, Kayla, and Dominic and Justine running the final, and Tyson running the final. And so before the final even starts, they're on a plane, right? And they land the plane. And before they start the challenge, or TJ gives all the rules, he's like, Ben, unfortunately, you have not been medically cleared because of your shoulder.
Mm.
We talked about this on Spaces with Cinco, so I got to talk to Cinco. And it was funny because we were like,
shout out to Cinco.
Shout out to Cinco. And we basically were discussing the fact that, first of all, why did y'all make that man get on that plane if y'all knew beforehand that he was not going to get to compete?
For TV purposes, child.
Because they were like, ain't no one aware if I was Ben and I knew I wasn't going to run it, I wouldn't have stayed. I wouldn't even got on the plane.
No,
so
I wouldn't either.
They made this man think he was running the final, and the whole time they knew they was cutting him. So that's how the final starts off for the second half of that finale. They cut Ben. And then TJ's like, there's a twist for this final. You guys are going to be in partners. And I'm like, here we go. Back to this partner mess. And it really turned out to be some BS because the way the partners were split up were Danny, Kayla.
A terrible twist.
Exactly. Awful. Danny, Kayla, Tyson, Justine, Desi, Enzo, Dom, Angela, and Sarah had to be by herself. So he was like, each round, somebody's going to be by themselves because I guess because Ben was gone.
Yeah, because he had to
and the way the twist, why we're saying it's terrible is because if your partner quits, you automatically have to forfeit too, whether you wanted to keep going or not.
Mm.
And I just don't think that was fair because in this first challenge, they have to swim from the boat to the shore and figure out this little puzzle. Well, somebody, Enzo, gets halfway off the water and Desi is his partner. He's like, I quit, yo. I give up. And she's like, Enzo, I'm coming. I'm here to help you. He was like, no, get away. So she's trying to help him. He's like, get away from me. No, I'm done. It's finished.
Boy,
that made me sad. I ain't gonna hold you.
Because Desi had a really good chance at winning.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
I think she probably would have won, and that would have been cool.
Yeah, honestly.
Because I don't think she would have gave up.
Nope.
Given seeing that we saw what we saw. But so she had no choice. Since Enzo quit, she had to quit. And they didn't get to start the challenge good before he quit. And so she was like, I lost my chance because of something outside of my control. And my thing is, and you guys, what are your thoughts on it? If they cut Ben and they made Sarah run by herself, they should have been like, all right, well, Enzo, we're going to even it out. Desi, you want to continue? You go ahead. Enzo, you go, just to even it out.
And let me ask you this, though, because listen, listeners, viewers, I was falling asleep during this whole episode. I ain't gonna hold y'all. So let me ask you this. With the partners or whatever, was it like against the rule? Did they know that if somebody quits,
they did?
Okay. And then did it have to be man, woman for partners?
That's what the algorithm.
Yes.
Oh, the algorithm chose that.
This is for our listeners. This is the quote. The algorithm.
Yeah.
And because I thought it was funny that every time somebody ended by themselves, it was a woman. That I thought that's fishy. Because each leg, literally every leg. Because after Sarah was by herself, Kayla was by herself. And after Kayla was by herself, Justine was by herself. And after Justine was by herself, Angela was by herself.
You know what they should have did is, especially since was it Ben that went home?
Yes.
They should have said if your partner quits, then if there was a detriment, it should have been you have to continue by yourself. Now that still kind of would have been a little trash, depending on the comp. But at least you still continue on because it's the finale. Like, if y'all gonna throw in like a crazy twist that's gonna like disrupt the entire game, not even a challenge for me to like battle against somebody so I earn my spot. Mm-hmm. But you literally, like, I could literally go throughout the entire the competition, and then my partner sitting here on the beach like chilling, and they be like, "Nah, you gotta go home." I know you lying,
and that's what essentially happened to her. He was like, "I'm not doing it."
And it's BS. They bet not do this next season. If it's the next season, they bet not do it.
It was heartbreaking. So So we had the round. So the way it worked is you have to collect points. So each winner of each leg got points, and at the end of all legs, whoever had the most points would win. And so for this pair, let's see who won. It was, I can't remember who. Oh, Danny and Kayla, they won the first leg. So they got their points on the board. And then they switched teams. And so the next pair is Danny, Angela, Tyson, Sarah, Dom, Justine, and Tyson, Angela. I'm over trying to read all these names. I got it so close together, Lord. So Danny, Angela, Tyson, Sarah, Dom, Justine. They're the partners, and so they go on this leg of the race, and they have to eat the onion. It was eating onions and drink lemon juice, drink a whole thing.
That was so disgusting, man.
Oh, that's enough to make me give it up, child.
And I'm slightly allergic to onions, so that.
See, do they not ask about folks' allergies? Because that's literally not fair.
They probably did.
Can't do, because
like I can eat onion, but if I eat too much, then I get the swelling. So I can do a little bit. But
because
I would lie though. I ain't tell you I was allergic to onions.
I thought I checked
come out with check mark balls, and I'm mad.
I thought I clicked the check mark for allergies. I clicked.
Right.
So another discussion on this Facebook Cinco, we talked about how on a regular challenge season, somebody needed vegan food because they were vegan and they didn't have nothing, so they had to quit. Versus this Angela's like, oh, is this vegan? Because she's vegan, and it's like, so y'all can provide stuff.
That's probably why they did that onion, and specifically for her.
But it should have been, y'all should have had stuff that's equitable across the board, depending on people. Because again, I know there's a questionnaire to fill out. Y'all knew that person, whoever this person, I can't remember the name on the challenge. Y'all knew that they had dietary restrictions based off what they're, who they were. So, anyways, they eating this little onion, and Angela's cutting it up like she at the 5-star restaurant. She eating it. It was nothing to her.
Not a 5-star.
Cause that probably be what the food she be cooking at the house.
It looked like it.
Bland.
And I was on Twitter.
Onion.
I said, not me getting on Enzo's head about quitting. I said, because knowing me, and I know me, getting to the food, a food challenge is gonna be what's take me out. Okay. And I probably would have had to quit on this round too. So I was like, I was talking all this noise on Enzo, but I definitely would have. I would have been out on this round. Huh? Oh yeah, the onions would have got me. And so everybody finishes it, but Kayla, bless her heart, was struggling, and she thought she was gonna quit, but I guess she found some inner strength and she pushed through. And so after they got through the onion, there was like another little puzzle thing that they had to solve, and Danny and Angela won this round. So Danny, that's 2 for 2. He done won 2 out of the legs so far. And
can you refresh my memory? Did they get any
what?
Child, I thought I saw something in my back of my window.
I ain't gonna hold you. I thought I saw something too.
You saw that, right?
Yes.
What y'all see?
I saw like a little shadow or something.
Yeah.
I did not.
Oh, the blood of Jesus.
Listen, I saw it too. I thought it was your man, child.
No, he don't get out of work till 1, girl.
What? It's your shadow?
The shadow. It might have been. There is a tree right there, so it might have been the tree branch. I don't know, child.
Oh, MG.
You saw that too, right? Oh my.
Child, look.
We gotta play that shit because I was like, I'm gonna be looking at that little corner this whole time.
Right.
Okay. Anyways, I'm a little scared.
Because you just stopped. I was like, what happened?
I was like, froze. I was like, oh. So, was there any incentive for these people winning these rounds? It was no incentive.
Points.
So, what did the points get them?
So, whoever had the most points after each leg at the end of the race, at the end of the one. So, you got 5 points for winning, 4 points for second place, 3 points for third place.
Yeah, but after you won, then what you get?
Points. That's it. That's all you get is points.
But the points didn't help them at all.
The points is to help you win. Well, it didn't make no difference because everybody quit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, was there an incentive? Like, Because refresh my memory because I don't remember them saying anything. But I'm thinking like, okay, if you win this specific round, then you get an extra 2 minutes to go up the hill or up the mountain. That's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, at the end, it had no purpose. Correct?
It had point. The only purpose was to win points, to have the most points at the end of.
And having these most points meant absolutely nothing, though, right?
No, having the most points mean you won.
Won what?
The show.
But
the man who had the most points won, and the woman who had the most points. So
you could have made it all the way up the mountain and then had 3 points?
Yes, and lost.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay. So if somebody else had made it up, even if they were after you and they had 20, they would win?
Yes.
Oh, that is what I call stupid as well. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, it was about finishing. Obviously, you want everybody to finish, but that's why it was a point system. So that's why I remember Sarah like, "Oh, I'm 1 point behind Angela. I can't let her win another one because if she pulls too far ahead." Yes.
So usually when it comes to a race to the end or whatever it is, because usually the challenge at the end, it really is a race to, make it through whatever the challenges are, all the different obstacles. And they did it based on I just didn't understand.
Well, y'all watch challenge more than I do. From my understanding, it was pretty much a completion thing. As long as you completed it, you moved on to the next leg.
Okay.
No. And so the person who came in last, I'm talking about this season.
Oh yeah, this season. And most of the challenges, which I haven't watched a current one in a while because they're very repetitive at this point. But yeah, if you didn't complete said task, you out. Like so this one, like
the point of points.
Exactly.
If you. It's about completing. I don't know, child.
So even the last place still got points. That's
yeah.
And so I guess so.
I think they meant for the points to really mean something, but because everybody quit, it meant absolutely nothing.
Right. The points, the incentives, the points were you need to hurry up and get first. Whenever your leg, each leg, you and your partner want to get first because the more times you come in first, the more points you get. So by the time you get to the end, you could accumulate the most points. But as we know, most of them quit. So
I guess it was a motive, but the motive was irrelevant because they quit. Yeah.
So the next leg,
or did they? We're gonna get to that.
So the next leg, I don't remember what this next leg was. I know it was some kind of math puzzle. Oh, I do remember. They had to remember these numbers and get to the other end and remember the exact numbers. And I felt bad for poor little baby Justine, bless her heart. She was by herself in this round. And she was over trying to remember she's 92, 64, 3, 45, 32, 45, 62, 92, 45, 62. And I'm just like, there's no way she's going to remember all these numbers because each pair was like, all right, you take the first half. And there were 10 set of numbers. So each pair was like, I remember the first 5, you remember the second 5. This poor baby had to remember 10. And if you got to your thing and you put the numbers in and they were wrong, that means you have to go back. And this ain't no just around the corner and down the street type. No, this is through the forest, over the bridge, under the river type.
Over the river and
through the woods. Yes. Some Hansel and Gretel type or some Little Red Riding Hood type of whatever. And so eventually she timed out, bless her heart. Because there was just no way she could do it. But I guess she got to keep going because she didn't quit. And so the winners of that round were Tyson and Angela. They got theirs through and they won. Okay. We get to the 4th leg.
Okay, hold on. Let me pause. How many legs is it?
We got to get to the 4th leg right now.
4, right?
There were 5 legs.
Okay.
4, 5 would be the final, right?
Yeah, 5 is the last one. She like, okay, you talk about 3 of different legs. Now, how many legs is in this race?
How many legs does one have?
It's 5 for this one. And so the 4th one was a very controversial one, you all, because the person that was by themselves this time was Angela was by herself. And the way this one worked, they had to move these wheelbarrows of dirt, dig some holes or whatever, fill something in. I don't really remember. And she decided that she was going to kind of sort of try the challenge and was like, you know what? I'm by myself. So I'm just going to take a nap and get myself well rested to run up this mountain tomorrow. And so she took her behind to bed. She said, good night. I'll see y'all in the morning.
There was a lot of controversy over that.
Yes, it was.
Because
yes, it was.
As soon as she did that, I said, oh, so she quit. because and everybody's like, well, they weren't clear on the rules, and everybody was Team Angelo on this side, and I was like,
I low key was too.
now,
Not gonna
I
lie.
know I've seen now. Y'all know me at this point. Y'all know I have paid attention to stuff. So let me say this: I have not went back and rewatched the episode. I have not went back and rewatched that clip. But my knowledge of the challenge, I've been watching the challenge from like jump, like back when it was
Real world
good,
road rules.
back when it was good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you don't complete a challenge, you going home. And so I was just like, oh, and especially if it's in the finale, you don't do said task. If you don't complete this, you don't move on to the next round. So I'm just like, why is she getting in the tent? She might as well just go back to the house.
Okay.
So I was confused. So I was basing off my knowledge from old challenges. And so I thought she was just being funny, like, all right, I'm gonna just take a nap so I'm good for tomorrow. Girl, you know you ain't going tomorrow. Like I automatically knew she wasn't going for it.
Well, I think that was okay, and that she would be able to advance to the next round. That's what I'm
So
trying
here's a lot. So past the players and stuff, they were talking about how the rules and things there were a lot of inconsistencies with the rules, and so apparently she did. They say that she did know, but I don't know if she did or not. That's between her and the guy she's serving her eyes at that point in time. If there was a platform that said the rules specifically, but in my mind, I think she was going based off kind of like I said with Justine. She timed out, but she didn't quit. I guess when it.
But she kept going. Yeah, that's different.
But I'm thinking she's thinking like, well, technically, I'm time. I did try a little bit. She moved one little thing of dirt and thought she tried.
Yeah, so that's her quitting.
And so I guess too with it, what her logic was like, well, since I'm one person, other two people with two people, they get the rest and the other get to do the work. And so I'm thinking she was like, well, I'm just gonna sleep because I'm just one person. And granted, it was said that the work that they had to do was virtually impossible for one person. So I was told. And so I get it, but what she should have did was
sound like she tried to make an excuse and
work halfway through the night is what she should have did. At least did it through halfway through the night and was like, all right, I done did as much as I could. Now I'm taking that. Because that technically would kind of be fair given that two people, one got to work, other got to sleep. She worked half the night, go to sleep for the rest of the night. And so
even if she would have laid down and got back up,
yeah,
like she could have even flipped it and reversed it, but she just decided to lay her little ass down. So her little ass is back in the bed with Tyler.
And in the morning,
maybe not back in the bed with Tyler, but whatever. That's the story.
When TJ got them to rise up in the morning, he was like, Angela, what did you think you were doing? Basically, he's like, so what was that? What did you? She's like, well, I was gonna conserve my energy. That's my strategy. Which honestly, I was like, that's kind of a good strategy, I guess. But
no, that's a terrible strategy, bro.
That's
not knowing the rules.
I don't care what nobody say.
No, that's terrible strategy.
Everybody is working through the night.
Yes, very privileged.
You go to bed.
For her to even think that she could do that and get away with it.
But if the rules weren't clear, I mean,
child, I don't know. That was clear to me over here, but who knows? It's been so many inconsistencies on this challenge. So,
and a lot of players have talked about it. So that's all like, but again, it is her fault. Excuse me. At the end of the day, because like you should have clarified. Because some like me, if that was gonna be my plan, because like I said, for me, I think it was a decent strategy to get your rest. Why waste your time and just kill it tomorrow? I would have been like, all right, so if I go here and go to sleep, is this gonna disqualify me? That's what I would have done. I would have got clarification. I wouldn't have relied on my privilege or just believed that it was going to be so. And based off what they told me, now, if they would have told me, oh, yeah, you can whatever, and then I got the squat, then that we have an issue because you told me that I could. But at the end of the day, she was disqualified and she couldn't do nothing about it. So TJ was like, you're dismissed. Go home.
Did all that for nothing.
All that for nothing, which sucks because it's like I would have liked to see her go on to see what would have happened.
Yeah.
Given that this next leg took everybody out. It was the final leg. They had to go up the mountain, solve a puzzle, go up the mountain. And while they were going up the mountain, solve a Sudoku puzzle, and then climb up the mountain again to get to the top, to reach the mountaintop. The one that Martin Luther King, Dr. King saw the mountaintop.
That is not
they the mountain. They had to reach. That ain't the mountain he was talking about.
No. Jesus.
Well, it was because the first person to get no, just playing.
Oh my God.
So when it got to the point, so Tyson was running them things. He was like, I've done this. And I think you tweeted, Tree said, one thing Tyson gonna do is say he done something at home. Because Tyson,
but he said, "Oh, I remember like taking these hikes in the snow." Tyson, we know you be getting out. Tyson, right. One thing he do is he be in these streets. We need to get it, man.
Yes. And so he didn't dusted everybody pretty much. And so he on this mountain and doing Sudoku by himself for like an hour or so. And everybody else, a lot of everybody else is stuck on this little 7-piece puzzle that look like something that you have in a doctor's office for your kids. I don't understand what was holding them up.
What you're talking about. Yeah.
With the little octagonal shapes and whatnot. And so eventually people started collecting it and finishing. So Danny gets up there. He's like, "Oh, hi, Tyson. How you doing?" Basically, like, "Oh, yeah, I'm Sudoku. Oh, this is nothing. When I was on Survivor, I had a book from easy to hard. And I pretty much do Sudoku in my free time."
I think he said he had a book when he was, I think he was in sequester. For Survivor, he said for like 20 days. Like I was going through this book.
Wow.
You remember they had put them in sequester because they had filmed Survivor episodes back to back. And I was like, dang, not that helping you out.
And so he's like, I do this pretty much. It was nothing. So he finished that Sudoku puzzle in record time because Tyson was like, "You already done?" And then he was like, "Yep. Pretty much, I'll see you at the top, though. You be easy, though."
Okay, look, let me tell you the controversy with that since we on that. So what Tyson said, what he said in these Twitter streets is that he had never played Sudoku before. You know, we've all heard of it. I'm sure everybody's heard of it. I myself, I'm 34 years old, and I have never played Sudoku.
I love it.
I had to Google myself, like, what's the concept of the game? Tyson said when they got there, it just said, like, solve the puzzle. And he was like, what are we supposed to do? Well, like,
so he's never even seen the puzzle, that type of puzzle before.
He knows what Sudoku was, like he's heard of the game, but he doesn't know the premise, like how you're supposed to solve to get the answer. And it just said solve it. He kept asking, like, how am I supposed to solve this? Because I don't know what I'm solving for, because I've never played before, and they wouldn't give him instructions.
Okay.
So yeah.
And so it's at this point, they're already in the midst of a blizzard. The hands are frozen off halfway. Hypothermia getting ready to set in for half of them. And so by the time Dominic get up to the thing, Justine get up to the Sudoku, Kayla finally gets to the Sudoku, and they all sit around like, you know what? Dominic's like, I give up, I quit. And then Tyson's like, oh, you quit? I quit too. And we're like, Tyson quit?
That? Hold on, pause. Another one. Tyson also said that he said that they didn't quit, that production made them quit.
Yep, I heard that too.
Yep.
Really? Tell me more.
That's all he said. He said it was a
forced quit.
He said it was a forced quit. I guess because it was out there too long. They was probably getting cold themselves. They're like, okay, you have to say quit. Yeah, I think they had to say verbally like they quit for the TV show. But Tyson was like, I did not want to quit. Like I was gonna try to figure it out, but he said we were forced to quit.
Yeah.
And then I got one more little tea spoil I'm gonna drop, but I'm gonna wait till Eric get there.
Right. And so after they all quit, so Dominic quit, Tyson quit, Justine quit. So they walk off together. Poor Kayla finally solved the other puzzle that her and Sarah couldn't finish. She get up there and she working on the Sudoku. And she's like, I just never thought I could ever do anything in my life and never quit. But I quit. So she quit. And I'm like, dang. So it's just Danny and Sarah. And Sarah up under a bush, child, up here. She reminded me of Jocasta when she was like kind of speaking in tongues. Sarah was just like, I can't believe I'm in last.
Oh,
I can't believe I'm in last. I just lost. I can't believe I did all this and I lost to my kids. But I'm not gonna give up though. And so I'm like,
do you want to hear the controversy with that?
Oh, I know. I've heard it. Go ahead.
And so the controversy from that is the rumor is that Lord, what's her name?
Sarah.
Why I forget her name that fast? Sarah had quit. Sarah had timed out. Sarah was cold. Sarah was waiting for the van to come get her.
Yes.
Sarah just happened to be the last person to quit. And apparently what they said was like, we got to have somebody win.
For the women.
Oh my God.
So, yep. So I guess they gave her the information and she went on up that mountain and won.
Because she got up there talking about, Even though I'm the last one
because she thought
here.
she was the last one. She thought she wasn't even the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she saw Danny up there. So, spoiler, before she got up the mountain, Danny did get up the mountain, you guys. And then he did win.
He did the whole game. Followed all the
Effortlessly.
rules.
Listen, Danny didn't do much throughout the entire season, but he reserved whatever he needed for this finale.
He did
And
what
I
had to be
mean,
done.
ate every last one of them up each leg. Won the first two. Probably, I think, won another. Whatever he did, he needed to be done because he won.
Kiki told him, "Don't come home unless you got a check," and that's
money,
what he did. That's what I'm saying.
And he said
Congrats
that
to
too.
Danny and Kiki.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if that ain't no motivation to win, you don't come back to my house if you ain't come back with that check.
Don't come back to this house empty-handed. That's what she told him.
So did.
You ain't
Shout
got a
out to
house.
Kiki, man. Kiki was my favorite character the whole season.
You know what's
my
so
favorite
funny?
player.
A lot of people on Twitter was like, Congratulations, Danny and Kiki. I'm proud of Kiki and Danny.
I did too, girl. I add her and everything. I say, Kiki, you did it, girl.
That is so
she did.
funny.
Because that was her win.
That's how you motivate your man. You know what I'm saying? Sure.
Yes.
Come on, Black Love.
Yes, and I love them. Love it for him. And then so whether the rumors are true or not, Sarah unfortunately won for the women. I'm just like, dang. I wonder if what would have happened if Desi and Angela wouldn't have been knocked out. Like how things would have turned out differently.
Yeah, ain't no telling.
I wonder if production is if they feel like this was a flop. There should be. Aren't you embarrassed? Are you embarrassed?
What's the biggest flop is what they messed up is that they didn't get in them NDAs. That's the biggest flop. Because all these challenge members been running their mouth about this season from jump, and I bet you next season to be some NDAs because
ironclad NDAs. Because
baby, they've been spilling.
I'm really not seeing another season right now. Has it been cleared for another season?
Not to my knowledge, but I think it'll be another season.
I think so too. It won't be no legends. Like I don't think it'll be any like powerful, like iconic legends that we would like to see mostly.
Yeah.
They maybe
put Darn Monty on there or something, child.
Big
Brother.
He's
I don't want to see Monty no more.
Monty and Joseph, he's coming.
Joe definitely gonna have a spot.
Taylor's coming because they're gonna want the storyline. They want the triangle. They love. They're gonna want it.
Now we just did the casting for the Challenge USA 2.
Don't get me started because I got comments and we're gonna go all night.
Yes,
I'm gonna just shut up. I'm gonna be quiet.
So yeah, and then with the new Survivor, and then we got to think about too with Survivor 42, any contestants from there that they may throw on there too. So they're going to have people. I think they will. It'll be another season.
I think it'll be another season, especially with some of those members of the Cookout being on there in the beginning of the season. I know for a fact they pulled in the viewers. Now, were they able to maintain those viewers throughout the season? I don't think so, obviously. But I think they got enough to where they can see the potential. And they know next season how to, A, get a cast and get a storyline.
Yes.
And B, fix some of these twists. Because, baby,
they may have
ruined the entire game. Like, it was.
And I'm tired of this darn algorithm, too.
Fake.
Yeah, the algorithm need to go. Unless y'all putting some names in a bag or something.
Cinco we talked about that on Spaces, too. He was like, oh, yeah, I knew from night one that wasn't real. When they paired me up with Cash, he was like,
yeah, they did that on purpose. Because what are the odds? It's like 1 in like 27. Exactly. Or whatever, how many people was on there, but come on.
Also, granted that I pretty much finished with this, just some clarification from a few episodes ago when we were asking about if Cinco could swim, because remember we were like, dang, Ozzy, and they can't swim well. And we were like, Cinco, why you didn't help her? Why you? And we was like, well, maybe Cinco can't swim either. So I asked him, and he was like, listen, bro, he's like, I can swim, but I'm not Tyson swimmer. He said, I can't put nobody on my back and float and swim and do all that.
He could tread water.
He could tread water and he could swim for himself, but he couldn't help Ozzy. And he was like, he did try to. They didn't show. He's like, I was trying to help her. He said, every time I push, she pulling me over to the side. She weighing me down. She moving this and moving.
And that'd be the worst. That's how you die.
You know what? Ozzy and Cinco cute together. I'm gonna say that.
Oh Lord. I'm not playing with you. And also, he did mention too that they did have strategy going into it. They just didn't show them strategizing.
Yeah.
When it
I
came
heard they
to
cut out a lot. I'm like, y'all cutting out all the good stuff. Sound like.
Yeah.
With all the tea they've been spilling. Shoot.
Yep. And so it was just nice to hear his perspective on how these twists and how everything was going and what actually happened along the way, for sure.
Right.
But yeah, that's all I had. That's the finale, you all. It was very boring. It was very lackluster.
I slept. And then
I'm just glad Danny won.
Again.
I'm so glad Danny won.
That's really the only plus out of this season, this episode.
Yes.
Hopefully y'all better bring it next season, because if next season this trash, this will be the last time we cover the challenge. Because baby, after episode 4,
listen, after the cookout left, I left mentally.
Listen, checked out. I ain't gonna even lie to you, because they was the drama. Y'all set it up. Y'all set up the season like this was gonna be something that was gonna be ongoing, so it was gonna be spicy. I even went in going in thinking like, ooh, they gonna probably end up going in a finale and who gonna cut who. Like, don't set it up like that, and it's only going for 3 episodes.
Right.
Come on now, y'all gotta do better than that. If y'all gonna do that, if y'all rigging the algorithms, y'all better rig it so they get to the end, so we can really see something.
I think that the algorithm really messed stuff up, because it would have been interesting if they would have had to keep those partners that they had at the beginning, partners that you wanted, because then people don't have no excuse, because you don't have I had a weak partner. Well, it's the partner you chose.
Right.
Like the schoolyard pick for partners.
Yeah. I still crack up because Ozzy was like, she asked DX. He was like, no. She was like, what? I just, you know how Ozzy should have, I just wanted.
I love Ozzy.
I love her.
No. He said, no, big brother.
Oh, and by the way, since we're talking about Ozzy is throwing the event in California.
LA. House Chops, LA, part 2.
Yeah. Why you made my brain stop? Like, ain't that California? In LA. I got pregnancy brain. I'm like, that's California, right? LA.
It's crazy.
Anyway, she throwing the event. To my knowledge, there's still tickets on sale. So check out who are gonna be there, because there is definitely a link on our page, or follow Azza on Twitter, or IG. And IG. All of that. If you need information, DM us. We got the tea, amongst other things. So yeah, y'all check that out. Support our girl. She a part of the fam. So luckily Kiki and Eric are gonna go and show their faces out there.
We will be in the building.
I'm sad
who all
that
gonna
I
be there?
can't go. Y'all gonna be there. I'm not. I'm sad. I'm jealous. I'm upset. But
you'll be there. Okay. I'll have you on FaceTime.
I want them to put me on FaceTime. They don't know this, but why am I looking at my mic like I'm talking to the audience? I want them to FaceTime me from soon as they say, hey y'all, when they walk in the door to the end of the show.
I'm gonna make sure my phone is charged.
I was just about to say, so you want our battery to be dead?
I do. Y'all ain't gotta do it the whole time, but every time y'all meet somebody or talk to somebody, just call me. So I can say, hey, this tree.
Who you want to meet?
But y'all better make sure I shout out to Ozzy. So y'all better call me on FaceTime so I can send my little Ozzy. But text me first. Text me first, because I need to make sure my wig is straight.
Okay.
Because sometimes y'all be FaceTime me, my bonnet be on, so
hey, Ozzy ain't gonna mind. I promise.
Look, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna have my Ozzy bonnet on. You hear me?
Listen, I wear my Ozzy bonnet faithfully. You hear me?
Listen and do.
I was wearing mine for a minute.
Come on, bonnet. But yeah, y'all definitely check that out.
Yes.
Viewers, listeners, family members, group chat members,
friends.
I can only breathe out of one nostril.
Saints and ain'ts.
We have come to the end of season 4 of Who All Gonna Be There podcast.
I'm so glad I made it.
For being an exclusive member of this very entertaining group chat. And we thank you for coming back for next season, which is Survivor 43, and which starts on Wednesday. So guess what? We about to roll right into this next season, and we want you guys to be with us every step of the way.
Season 5.
Because we won't stop.
We
can't
y'all.
stop. We keep it coming.
Hey.
All day, all night, baby. You know what I'm talking about.
All right, I'm hanging out. All right, y'all. Be blessed. Until next time.
Until
Bye.
next time. See
Bye,
y'all next
guys.
season.